All right, Harmony Science Academy students, welcome back to another lesson. We're going to go ahead and get straight into it. Like always, pencil and your notebook, very important, okay, for those random notebook checks. Plus, for yourself, you want to have evidence of what you've done all year in one simple spiral notebook. And of course, your Chromebook. Keep in mind this semester again, the college, okay, Harmony, does not want you using a calculator. They're wanting an opportunity for you guys to, once again, just do some of that basic math, okay? Some of you guys are pretty good at it. Just get a little stronger. So when you get to more advanced math classes, you don't feel weak. You know you're strong in some of these basic concepts. It makes a big difference, okay? It allows you to easier pick up more advanced material, okay? All right. So as far as the vocabulary, I want you guys to go ahead and Google again, solve equations. There's so many ways to do it. So anything that you do, hopefully you'll pick up something. And again, look up the term PEMDAS. Okay, it's very important, very fundamental. So spend some time, just look it up, define it, and who knows? Sometimes the internet will say things in a different way that'll it'll create a different impact in you. Okay, but this is so important, especially for this lesson and most likely the one that follows. Okay. All right. So here is the lesson name: solving two-step equations. Last time you guys got to visit one-step equations. I'm sure you guys did awesome on that. So this should be nothing different. Okay, just two steps involved. So again, we've got some easy, medium, and hard problems. Okay, about 15 in each. So let's go ahead and start off with good old number one. Okay, at this point, you guys should slam these into your notebook, just as evidence, and then we'll spend some time working the worksheet together. Okay. So if I look at this problem, right, PEMDAS would have me look at parentheses. Okay. If I cannot simplify in here, then I've got to move on, right? So exponent, no exponent. M for in PEMDAS is multiplication. Okay, so I can go and do that. So again, that's just in general. Now, when it comes to solving these, you kind of want to isolate. Okay, that's just the goal. Okay, if you guys found that in your definition, whatever method you use, great. Okay, if not, let me share my definition. When I hear solve, it means say find the variable and get it all by itself on one side of the equation. So we have a p, so this is what I want. P equals. Okay? All right. So these guys, everyone here is messing around with this guy. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is before I can deal with this portion, I've got to deal with this guy. So I'm going to divide by 4. Okay? And real important with these is showing your work. Okay? So if somebody comes over to ask for help, you can show them your work and not play a word game or a guessing game. Okay? So after this step, okay, we have 4 divided by 4 cancels. Okay, it becomes 1. Multiplying by 1 cancels. So we have 3 plus p equals negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1. Okay, now these parentheses aren't necessary. Okay, so we can pretty much ignore them. In either case, the only thing bothering the p is this plus 3, so I'm going to minus 3 to both sides. Okay, 3 minus 3 cancels, just like it kind of canceled here, pretty much there. Okay, so we have p equals negative 4. Okay, and as you guys are working, go ahead and get in that habit so we can locate your final answer. Okay, it's just nice and neat. Some of you guys already do it. Some of you guys even highlight it. It looks really good. Okay. All right. So that's one of the easier ones. After 15, they get into the medium. So you guys, again, I trust you guys have the skill base, but a lot of times, some of these, or on occasion, some of these will look a little more intense or a little different. Okay. So see, this one's pretty much the same one as the other one. So let's do. This might bother some people. So let's go and do this one. Okay, we'll do 22. Okay, now again, my whole goal is to have x equals, right, all by itself. So right now what I'm looking at is, yeah, there's a plus 4, but before I can get to that, there's a divide by 4 that I've got to deal with. Okay, so this is a good habit. A lot of times when you have to when you have multiplication or division, on either side you want to cancel it. That way I've these parentheses tell me I'm going to do something to the whole side on the left of the equal sign and the whole side on the right. That's the beauty of these parentheses. Without it, it might get messy. With it, the opposite of divide by 2 is multiply by 2. So I'll do it over here. Why did I do that? So it can cancel. Okay. Didn't cancel there, so it's -4. And here we have what's bothering the x is the plus 4, so the opposite is -4. Cancel here. I have my x equals, so I know I'm about to be done. Does this cancel? No, right? You owe me 4, you owe me another 4, now you owe me 8. Okay. Alright. And again, I'm encouraging the boxing in because you guys like to write really condensed, which is awesome. So we'll just add that little box just to make your papers look that much cleaner. Okay. And apparently these are the toughest ones. I don't see a tough one at all. Maybe this one and this one. Okay, so let's see here. Not so much, not so much. Then again, they kind of look the same, so this one's got more negatives, so we'll do this one. Okay, so we'll do the last one together. All right, so here, okay, I have r divided by 9 plus 2. So before I can kind of get here, because this guy's so close to 9, and normally you deal with the stuff further away from the variable. Okay, so this plus -2, I'm going to put minus -2. Okay, minus -2. Okay, now what is it? Essentially what happens when I subtract a -2, it cancels. Why? Because a minus negative is really a plus 2. Okay, so I'm glad that we picked this one, because at least one of you guys might get tripped up. Okay, so if you don't like to look at it, you could have easily said, okay, the way to get rid of a -2 is with a plus 2. All right, but here I subtracted a -2, which becomes a plus 2. It's the same thing. Okay, so I guess we'll leave that there. Okay, so once I do this, okay, this cancels, and I'm left with r over 9 equals, okay, -3 minus -2 is the same as -3 plus 2, which is -1. Okay, and then from there, once again, since I have a divide by 9, I'm gonna multiply all this side by 9. This is by 9, and the question is why? Because multiplying by 9 and dividing by 9 cancels, and I'm left with r equals -1 times 9, which is -9. Okay. Now, as you guys can see, I haven't asked you guys to put this back in and check it, but you guys are awesome, which means sometimes you yourself, just to double check your answer before you ask your neighbor if you're right, you can take -9 and r divided, -9 divided by 9 is -1 plus -2 is -3, so it would check. Okay. All right, guys, appreciate your time. I will catch you in class.